Right, so this one's another quick one. I just spoke about sort of making sure that you're sort of working on things that will pay you not today, but pay you 30, 40 days. Well, 30 days, not 40, I don't know why I said 40, but 30 days from now, rather than just focusing on the things that can get you paid in the next 5 minutes. And obviously, I contextualised that a little bit. Yeah, let me move this down a bit. So, what I'm going to say now is I think part of the reason, that, at least I know, that it will work is just purely based off of like working on aircraft before and seeing how systemized things were there and how like down to like things were just simplified and there was documents and processes and systems for absolutely everything, like manuals for everything, like manuals for taking out a screw, everything down to anything you can think of, there's a manual for it. And I think that's where I guess subconsciously imprinted on me and was like, yeah, this is what I should be doing. And without me actually noticing or realizing, like there needs to just be all these documents and all these processes and systems and things, because that way things, one, like what can go wrong will go wrong, so you want to make sure that it doesn't. And that's actually, funnily enough, something that an employee had said to me, which was also, funnily enough, something that I'd actually learned while studying aircraft engineering, was Murphy's Law. So you pretty much want to just make sure there's something in place for everything, so that when it does go wrong, there's something in place for it, so that it doesn't cause or the damage that it could cause, for example. And yeah, just I guess that followed me subconsciously without realizing. And now I'm at a point where it just really fascinates me, just creating, building systems, finding problems to, finding solutions to problems, not necessarily finding problems, but yeah, finding solutions. Yeah, really, really, yeah, fascinates me, big time, to be honest. I really enjoy it, and I think that came definitely from just sort of working on aircraft, and seeing that realistically it doesn't take much to work on it, because they've foolproofed it that much. Like, and yes, accidents still happen, things go wrong, human error. Um, it is a big thing, right? And you want to like really drastically take down human error as much as you can in as many places as you can. However, there will be lapses of judgment, that like there will be slips, like things that you mess up and things. However, just really bulletproofing it as much as you can, and then when something does go wrong, you figure out the root of it and see what things can be put in place to make sure that doesn't happen. So like anytime there's a crash or something with aircraft and things, big investigation, figuring out, and then yeah, the manuals sort of get updated and things, and there's constant, consistent updates that happen, even from other people fixing planes and finding things. There's constant updates and manuals and processes and systems that happen, and that's the same thing you want in your business. Because let's be real, like I'll be honest, like the aircraft industry, yes, like I said, there's things that go wrong, there's things that happen and things, but like that prints cash, and yes, it's very high, I guess, high risk, but it's not, even because they have all the processes, systems, manuals, everything there, for you. And and again, not yeah, anybody can really get in, and work on aircraft, as long as they can follow instructions and read off a manual. They have, like, you do aptitude tests and things like that, but if you can read off a manual and you can follow instructions, like, you can fix aircraft. And that's the way your business should be. It shouldn't be this big complex thing. Like, if there's complexity in something, you need to sit and solve that complexity down to toddler level, like standard of understanding, and really just put the time into it. Because if it's complicated, if it's complex, and it's even slightly complex for you, the chances of you being able to just give that to someone and expecting them to be able to understand it are slim to none. And you don't even want to put that into someone's hands, because then you don't even understand it yourself, and you're pretty much just giving them a hot potato that they're going to drop. Like, there's no point. It's boring, yes. It might seem over the top, yes, but it's needed. Um, Very, very much needed. Like, I think it's one of the most important things is, yeah, just making sure that you take the complexity out of things and you create the most simple systems, processes, procedures, manuals, whatever it is, for everything. Like, if you need to create a manual on how to type, then you do that. Like genuinely, you just do that. And then setting standards and expectations, and also holding yourself to higher standard and expectations than the ones that you're even given, or like even the same level of standard of expectations that you are holding yourself to is the one that you should hold them to. You shouldn't hold them to higher, because you're not even holding yourself to higher. And it trickles down. It doesn't go from the bottom up, it goes from the top down, and things trickle down. So if you're at that standard, like everything below you will be at least, like it will be at that, like it will be below that standard, maybe a step below it, and obviously working on making sure it's the same standard. But if you're trying to push it to be above your standard, it's like you don't even know what that looks like realistically, or how to get there. So you can't really expect that standard from others unless you're holding yourself to it, or you're doing it, you're showing it in action. And yeah, I guess being just, it's 1:45, there's the bells, but yeah, and being just in that sort of standard too. If you're letting yourself away with things, yes, okay, you could argue you shouldn't let people away with things, but if you're letting yourself away with things, then that's why other people are, I guess, trying to get away with things too. If you weren't, if you really had things honed in and dialed in, then you've got room to be like, right, well, listen, this is what the standard is, you're not reaching that standard, can't be a standard above. But anyway, I've rambled on a little bit there. Just wanted to talk a little bit about why I reckon that working on aircraft, I guess, moulded part of me, and even just my upbringing as well in general. Jeez, I think, yeah, it's definitely all moulded part of me to just really on thinking systems and thinking that way and thinking the boring stuff and solving problems on the go, and yeah, things like that. Definitely, I think a lot of that came from just working on aircraft and the importance of these manuals. Like, yeah, you need to have a manual beside you when you're doing any job. Like, you just need to. And again, if that's in your business, you want whoever you've hired to have a manual beside them while they're doing that job. It is definitely worthwhile doing. Like, genuinely worthwhile doing. And again, if there's something that you can think about, oh, that could be done better, just implement it, change the manual, simple, change the system, change the procedure, and just do it, especially if you know it's going to be better. Because if you don't, and you just know and you don't do it, and then you pay the price of not making it better or not foolproofing it, that price that you pay could potentially lose you a client, could lose you money, could lose you reputation, whatever. So yeah, just making sure that you have those things dialed in, and when you do, I think that's when you really thrive, and that's also when you can literally dominate absolutely everything and anyone else. I don't think the domination comes from sloppiness ever. Like, yeah, don't think ever sloppiness or a sort of like not there's like a no care for things. Like, I don't think that's ever got anyone to the top. I think it's the obsession and that want for perfection, or close to perfection, is really what goes on to just dominate, whether it's in boxing, football, like whatever it is. Just that consistent improvement of those things. It's like, yeah, you can shoot threes, but maybe you can still work on making them better. Or yeah, you can hit free kicks, top ins every time, but maybe you can get it just that inch closer in the corner so that the keeper really can't get to it. It's like, yeah, cool, the keeper can't get to it now, but it's like, if I really put it up there, the keeper definitely can't get to it. Or boxing, if I really make this jab perfect, it's like, yeah, it might land every time now, but if I really work on it to make it even better, then it's like you're just raising the standard of everything, and yeah, people, I guess, just don't. People don't have high standards for themselves or for people around them or whatever. So yeah, just have high standards for yourself. Create them manuals, create them systems, create them procedures, create them SOPs, and do the boring stuff and update them. Look over them again, make sure they're still working up to date. If they aren't, update them and put them out to your entire company. Otherwise, yeah, like, I don't see it being something that's like gonna last you very long, to be honest. And if you want something that's gonna last you long, then I suggest you just do these things. You learn. You just learn. Like, yeah, cool, reading that book, you didn't make money today, but it's going to allow you to, again, make money in 30 days. So, before I start rambling on again, make money 30 days from now. That's it.